Hi and welcome back to my channel for an unexpected extra episode on the Cossor. This has been a little bit of a journey. Most of it was standard stuff, but this time I guessed wrong, and I'm going to own up. I guessed completely wrong. I thought the distortion I was getting was due to this valve, which does look a bit sad and a bit tired, but it seems to work okay. And some of you may have spotted what the problem was. It's staring you in the face, really, and it's the one thing I didn't think of trying. And I thought, well, this morning I thought I'll just check maybe whether I'll feed a signal into the amplifier, which is easily done because there's gram connections there, or I can feed the output of the radio section into another amplifier. But it occurred to me that I could simply just try plugging in an extension speaker and unplugging the internal one. And I did that. I connected one of my small disco speakers to it, which is 8 ohms rather than a usual 3. So that wouldn't be loading it, but the quality of it was quite honestly quite amazing. Really clear, undistorted and lovely sound from it on FM, and even on the AM bands it was pretty good. So from that I think you can realise that the speaker, that lovely big speaker, unfortunately rubs. Now, I'm not one who's keen on the idea of trying to free it up. It's barely detectable when you press the cone in and out. You can barely detect any rubbing there, but that turns out to be what the problem was. So what I've done for now, I mean, I may at some point come across a speaker that size and be able to change it, or I may be able to try taking the dust cover off and free it up. I've seen other people do that on YouTube. What I've done here though is to draw around it and cut out a baffle to adapt this other speaker that I happen to have, and it's a reasonable speaker, ELAC on it, or something like that. Not one I'm familiar with, but made in England, so that's authentically old, isn't it? And went into the workshop and got out the bandsaw and the fret saw and cut the baffle to adapt this smaller speaker to fit in the space. And this works reasonably well, and the set now sounds quite acceptable, really. And I mean, obviously there's going to be a slight loss of bass, but that's not too bad. I'll just slip the back on. I'll put the screws in later, but trying to do everything one-handed is quite a skill, isn't it? Just slip the back on so that I can plug in the FM aerial, which goes in here. And that's quite loose in there, but it does seem to work. And we try and turn it round. How you guys who manage to do live streaming videos is beyond me. I find it hard enough just to turn these things round and hold the camera at the same time. So we're plugged in up here again on my extension lead. Let's just turn on here, and maybe I can zoom out a little bit. There we go, and hopefully all will be well. I'm on FM at the moment, and this is tone, so I'll turn the tone up a little bit. Touched by madness, sit down next to me.
to do things because he was very sensitive. And when you get oversensitive, you become slightly neurotic. The lack of honesty in that part of his life and the cynicism that arose from that, he started to believe things that were not maybe real, were not the truth. But maybe he believed it.
I feel quite sad hearing this.
So that's on FM. Shortwave, there won't be much on during the day. May pick up something. Usually just noise. You think you've got a station and it isn't. No, it's the wrong time of day for shortwave. It is working. Picked up something earlier. Just to prove it works on shortwave. Right, a medium wave.
That has not actually happened in more than 2 decades, and that is that they've lost every single MP, every single one of the 14 seats here. Where have they gone? Well, Labour have taken 9 of those. They now hold 27 of the 32 available after the boundary changes.
And then finally, long wave.
Both of you, I found 81 PCBs.
81 PCBs in my blood.
Not a great place to pick up long wave, but it's working fine.
We stare at data soon as if science somehow
So
can reassure us.
that was the answer to the distortion. And it's such a shame because I absolutely love this speaker. I mean, it's huge, you know. And it looks in good condition, and I didn't even question it. But you can barely detect the rubbing when you press it, but it was enough, especially to mess up bass and cause distortion on the bass end of the frequency range of the audio. So that's it, really. I wanted to update this because I'm now really pleased with this radio. It's working nicely. That knob has held together so far, but I'm fully expecting it to break again. But it does at least look as it should. It wasn't original anyway because of the paint job that had been done on it. And it certainly works okay with that speaker, even though it's a bit smaller. And nothing's been permanently changed. If I ever come across a speaker the right size, it'd be easy just to swap it over and put it back in there. So with that, I'll say thanks for watching, and if you want to like and subscribe, that would be appreciated, and so will comments. And I will say goodbye for now, and catch you again soon.